Greatness Magazine with the lovely Miss Tasha Jones. She is IamTashaJones.org, and she's an educator, an artist. Oh, .com. I'm tearing up. Let's say it again. She can be found at IamTashaJones.com. And she is an educator, an artist, a poet, a published writer. She's pretty much done it all. Like, she's like a real life superwoman. Say hello to everybody, Tasha.
How you doing out there? What's up, greatness?
We're good. So you are a really amazing artist, and I had the pleasure of seeing some of your performances both live and on the web. And you tend to have a lot of serious messages in your art, and it seems like you use your art to really educate and empower our youth. And one of the projects that you started is something that you call the Write Me Project. Can you tell us a little more about what inspired you to start that program and what that program is?
The Write Me Project is a program that I started for juveniles who are being re-entered into society from incarceration. I grew up with my father being incarcerated, and I wondered if anybody out there was like me, who wanted to say something, who had something to say to their parent or guardian or to that loved one who has spent most of their life in the incarceration system. And I wanted to figure out what was going on, what caused them to go in and out of that revolving door. And I wanted to know if there was something that I could do to actually null or slow the recidivism rate. And so I created this curriculum to help students who were being re-entered into society from the juvenile incarceration system. And the curriculum consisted of reading and writing. You know, most of the time kids who are in jail or incarcerated, even adults, their reading and writing levels are second, third grade levels. And so they result to what they know, which is typically crime. So I asked myself a couple of questions, and then I posed that to the kids and try to increase their reading and writing skills through poetry, through the love of literature, and show them a different route to living, a different way outside of their environment. And they're with the Write Me Project, writing society zeals through writing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you take the Write Me Project, the kids who participate on tour also with you to perform?
It's not necessarily on tour, but we do a lot of performances in and around the city of Indianapolis. And then one thing that I do that is really cool with the Write Me Project is we do like 12 weeks of very intense writing, very intense reading. We start with Etheridge Knight, Poems for Prison, something that everybody can relate to, that is in the program. And then we dive really into other artists, other works, and we learn every aspect of the industry, writing, publishing, to be self-published. We learn all of that. We go through all of that, and then we compile an anthology. And then from that anthology, we select a city or a state to visit for 5 to 7 days. The first year we went to New York and we studied the Harlem Renaissance in Harlem. And then this year I took 15 kids to Washington, D.C., and we had a chance to meet our state representative, Congressman Andre Carson, and talk to him about politics, about the role hip-hop played in politics, and all types of stuff. So it's a very dope program. It's a very dope program with the kids, and it just gives the students, like I said, an alternate route, you know, for them to see something else outside of their environment.
That's very dope. So in addition to the Write Me Project anthology book of poetry, you've also published 2 of your own, Coffee Thoughts and You Don't Know the Half. So can you tell us, like, most of the time when spoken word artists come out, they'll usually do a CD before they do a book. What made you go the opposite route, and do you feel that has given you opportunities of that maybe poets who aren't published in books don't have?
I'm a writer first, you know. I love to write, and so in the process of journaling and going through life, the journey of life, most of the stuff was penned first, and so it was easier for me to publish a book, to go that route. And then like I said before, working with the Write Me Project, being an educator, being in the classroom every day, and knowing that we are behind in reading and writing, knowing that we don't read nearly as much as we need to or as much as we should. The writing part and making sure that the word was in the printed form was very important for me. And And so it was important for me to actually get that on paper and actually being able to have those words translate so people can see and hear exactly what it was. And most of us, in regards to African American students, are that auditory and visual learners, and to have them both and relate as it relates to the reading and hearing what has been said and what has been spoken at the same time. So it was very important for me as it relates to being a spoken word artist or poet or performing poet. I think it is, for me, it was something, a goal that I had to accomplish. It was something that was on my list, that I wanted to be a published writer. Not only that, I wanted something for my children to be able to hold on to actually see. And therewith, my son is already published and he's 6.
That's very cool.